Les fonctions grammaticales. Le sujet, le verbe. In a sentence, the subject, le sujet, is the person or thing that is responsible for doing the action of that sentence, le verbe. The object, le complément d'objet, is the person or thing that receives the action. Par exemple, the boy wears the suit. The boy is doing the action of wearing, he's the subject. Wears is the action, that's the verb. The suit answers the question, what does the boy wear? It is the thing that gets worn. It's receiving the action of wearing. That is your object, your direct object in this case. Le garçon, en français, le garçon porte le costume. Le garçon, c'est le sujet. Porte, c'est le verbe. Le costume, c'est l'objet direct, c'est le complément d'objet. Un autre exemple. The man sees his wife. The man is doing the action of seeing. He's the subject. Sees is the action. That's your verb. His wife answers the question, what does he see? Who does he see? It's the thing that gets seen. That is your object, your direct object. C'est le complément d'objet direct. L'homme, en français, l'homme, sujet, voit, verbe, sa femme, complément d'objet direct. A direct object and complément d'objet direct has a grammatically direct relationship to the verb. What that means, grammatically direct relationship, just means that there's nothing in between the two of them. There's no preposition in front of a direct object. If you see a preposition in front of your noun phrase, then there is a different indirect relationship between that noun and the verb, and that's something that we'll see later in the semester with indirect objects. Un pronom, a pronoun. A pronoun is a word that replaces a noun phrase, replaces le syntagme nominal. In English, the direct object pronouns are it and them. Think back to the sentence, the boy wears the suit. If you wanted to replace the object with an object pronoun, if you wanted to replace the suit with something, you would replace it with it. The boy wears it. In French, the direct object pronouns, les pronoms compléments d'objet direct, are le, la, and les. And the object pronouns le and la elide, they lose a letter, to form l'apostrophe in front of a vowel. Notice that these are not the same le, la, and les from French 1, the ones that you already know to mean the article le, la, and les. These are the object pronouns le, la, and les, and they are translated as it or them. So if you think about le garçon porte le costume is masculine and singular, is an object. It can be replaced by the masculine singular object pronoun le. Now in French, the weak pronouns le, la, and les use the same placement rules as the pronoun I. What that means in the present, au présent, les pronoms précèdent le verbe conjugué. Par exemple, nous voyons le chat. Le chat, c'est le complément d'objet. It's your object. C'est masculin, c'est singulier. We're going to replace it with le, the masculine singular object pronoun. And to decide where it is in the present tense, we're going to find the verb, voyons, and we're going to put our object pronoun in front of the verb. Nous le voyons. Maintenant, au futur immédiat, les pronoms précèdent l'infinitif. Vous allez écouter la musique. You are going to listen to music. The music isn't what you're going. In fact, going in this sentence, you're not physically going anywhere. It just is a marker for the future. It's what's going to happen in the future, right? So you don't want to put la with the verb aller. They're not very closely associated. La musique belongs to the verb écouter. and that's an infinitive, so we're going to put la musique in front of the infinitive écouter. La musique, c'est féminin, c'est singulier. It would be replaced by la, except écouter starts with a vowel. So we're going to make it L'. Vous allez l'écouter. In fact, almost always when you see an infinitive in a sentence, you're going to put the pronoun in front of that infinitive. So you could have not vous allez écouter la musique, mais vous préférez écouter la musique. In this case, still it's not that you're preferring music instead of something else. It's that you're preferring to listen to music. And the music still belongs with the verb écouter. We're going to replace la musique with la, except écouter starts with a vowel, so L', and put it in front of the infinitive. Vous préférez l'écouter. Finalement, au passé composé, les pronoms précèdent le verbe auxiliaire. In the past tense, in any compound tense, like the passé composé, you're going to replace the object, in this case, le journal. On a le journal. Le journal is the thing that we read. We're going to replace le journal with le, the masculine singular object pronoun. And we're going to take, in a compound tense, with a helping verb and a past participle, we're going to take our object pronoun and we're going to put it in front of the helping verb. Never, ever, ever, ever in front of the past participle. So, le goes in front of the helping verb a. Because a is a vowel, we're going to elide down to L'. On l'a lu. Okay, one last thing. There is one more special rule for direct objects. Direct objects, when they precede a compound tense like the passé composé, are going to cause agreement in the past participle. Now we've seen agreement of the past participle before. Do you remember that the helping verb être resulted in agreement of the past participle with the subject? So, les filles sont arrivées avec es à la fin, because les filles was feminine and plural, so we add the for the feminine subject and the s for the plural subject. But the past participle did not agree with the subject when the verb in the passé composé used avoir as its helping verb. So, les filles ont mangé, manger tout court. We didn't add anything to the end of it because we did not have agreement as long as our helping verb was avoir. We didn't care anymore what the subject was. Now, when the direct object follows a verb in the passé composé, there's still no agreement. Les filles ont mangé la pizza. Helping verb avoir, manger does not agree with the subject, les filles. La pizza is a direct object, but it follows. And when it follows, there's no agreement of the past participle. The exception to the no agreement rule for avoir is when you replace la pizza with la, and you put la in front of the helping verb, now you have a direct object in front of a compound tense, and agreement of the past participle is triggered. The past participle agrees not with the subject, not with les filles, but with the preceding direct object, la pizza. It looks like this. Les filles l'ont mangé, where we replaced la pizza with L', and then we added to show that agreement with the preceding direct object pronoun. The extra at the end of manger is because L' is standing for the feminine singular la pizza. It is in a preceding position in front of the verb. That triggers agreement of a past participle with a direct object. The à la fin de manger has nothing to do with the gender of the subject, les filles. subject agreement with the past participle only ever happens when you have être as your helping verb. Donc nous avons les filles l'ont mangé, manger avec E, to agree with l'apostrophe, standing in for la pizza. Révisez la règle pour les pronoms compléments d'objet direct à la page 202 dans votre livre.